లేదు సార్ ఇక్కడ మా వాడిని ఫేస్బుక్ రెడీ చేయమన్నా, ఇక్కడ నేను యూట్యూబ్ రెడీ. ఇంటి అందరూ
సాయి మీ అత్తయ్య ఫోన్
This
చేస్తాను.
conference will now be recorded.
మీ అత్తయ్య ఫోన్ చేస్తుంది. నువ్వు చేసుకుంది నాకు చేస్తుంది, చెప్పు.
వెల్కమ్ టు డాక్టర్ TSPR షో. దిస్ ఇస్ డాక్టర్ తంగెల్లా శివప్రసాద్ రెడ్డి alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello. First let me introduce
నమస్తే.
a true nationalist because I am fond of making live shows with Narayana Garu, K. Narayana Garu. He is none other than the Secretary, CPI National Council. Welcome to this special show, sir, once again. On an important topic,
Yes.
Maraka Dravyalu, we said drugs. Drug as a medicine is curative. ఒక మందు చికిత్స రూపములో రోగానికి సరిపడే విధంగా మనం, కానీ ఆ మందునే మారక ద్రవ్యాలుగా మారినప్పుడు మీ శరీరంతో పాటు మీ మస్తిష్కం, మీ మైండ్ మీ కంట్రోల్లో ఉండదు. అది పాతకాలం మన వాళ్ళు అనేవాళ్ళు, ఏమ్రా మత్తెక్కిందా, సోయలేదా, పాతకాలం చెప్పేవారు. అవన్నీ మన నారాయణ గారు మళ్ళీ చెప్తారు. సో దీస్ వర్ ది నార్మల్ కొనోటేషన్స్ we used to use. Being a doctor myself into this profession, how deadly and dangerous this has become. Now we have seen the rack pickers. In paint also you have small bit of this thing. They try to scrap that and not only that, to relieve pain, doctors used to write. So such prescriptions they buy across the medical shops and they have been indulging in that, because of which the crime rate has abnormally increased and it was creating havoc. Thanks to policing and then awareness amongst people, that we could control. But what about the internal aspects of the society? సమాజంలో ఉండే వారికి రుగ్మతులకు ఎట్లా, పిల్లలు రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ టు సెలబ్రిటీస్, when they are falling a prey, then just imagine the state of society. సమాజం ఎటువైపు పోతా ఉంది. అందు గురించే we have selected this topic. Before I make Narayana Garu to speak, because it started with Kerala also. Yesterday there was a statement from Bishop. Some Muslim frontal organizations protested that, and Pinarayi Vijayan, the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, very stoutly, strongly, clearly stated that we have been saying every time. Crime has no religion, no caste. That has to be kept in mind. And if Mr. Bishop states that Christians youth, especially girls, or for that matter boys, are being pushed away into such type of trade because of jihadis, he says, and then jihadis are adopting even drugging, there was a lot of protest and immediately Pinarayi Vijayan came out with a statement. So we stoutly support that, because crime doesn't have a religion. Kindly understand, crime will never have a caste or a creed. Criminal is a criminal. That we have to accept that. So I'll just play that, and then what is happening in Telangana also and across the India in 2 minutes, sir, if you permit me. Before that, if you want to make some
Yes.
one statement you make, so that I'll play them.
No, proceed, it's good.
Because Pinarayi Vijayan has because from where I beam my live show, from the same Pala town where Bishop made a statement, and he came down heavily. Because we should never attach crime to any religion, caste or creed. That has to be borne in mind. Let me reiterate. Criminal is a criminal. Let us not attach this fellow to any caste, creed or religion. Am I right, sir?
Yes. No religious, no caste, no creed, no religion. That is a crime.
That's a crime. Well said, sir. So I'm going to play what this gentleman had said. Only 2 minutes.
Yes, proceed.
Because they have sent me so many things, but I would like to play only little bit of what is these ads. These people, you are supposed to remove ads and send me dear. It's a live show, entire world is watching. When you send me,
Kerala Drivecations. Drive down, rent a car, or get chauffeur driven.
A Kerala Catholic bishop's comments have kicked up a political storm in the state. Pala Bishop Joseph has accused the Muslim community of targeting Christians through what he calls love and narcotic jihad.
ലക്ഷ്യം മതവ്യാപനവും അമുസ്ലിങ്ങളുടെ നാശവുമാകുമ്പോൾ അതിന് സ്വീകരിക്കുന്ന മാർഗങ്ങൾക്ക് പല രൂപങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട്. അത്തരം രണ്ട് മാർഗങ്ങളാണ് ഇന്ന് വ്യാപകമായി ചർച്ച ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്ന ലവ് ജിഹാദും നാർക്കോട്ടിക് ജിഹാദും. ദുരുപയോഗിക്കുക, മതം മാറ്റുക, തീവ്രവാദ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉപയോഗിക്കുക, വിശ്വാസത്യാഗം ചെയ്യിക്കുക, സാമ്പത്തിക നേട്ടമുണ്ടാക്കുക മുതലായ ലക്ഷ്യങ്ങൾ നേടാനാണ് മറ്റു മതത്തിൽപ്പെട്ട പെൺകുട്ടികളെ പ്രണയിച്ചോ മറ്റു മാർഗങ്ങളിലൂടെയോ ജിഹാദികൾ വശത്താക്കുന്നത്.
The Congress lashed out at the bishop, saying he was trying to polarize people.
It will badly affected the social fabric of Kerala society. I am asking nobody to give too much support to destroy our national concepts.
But the BJP found political mileage in the comments and to put the onus on the left government in the state, demanded a probe.
സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് നാർക്കോട്ടിക് ജിഹാദ് ശക്തമാണ് എന്നുള്ള പാലാ രൂപതയുടെ നിലപാട് പരിശോധിക്കപ്പെടേണ്ട വിഷയമാണ്. പാലാ ബിഷപ്പ് പറഞ്ഞത് ഒരു പുതിയ കാര്യമൊന്നുമല്ല. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ എല്ലാവരും ചേർന്ന് ആക്രമിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യവുമില്ല. തീവ്രവാദ സംഘടനകളുടെ ഒരു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട സാമ്പത്തിക സമാഹരണ ഉപാധി മയക്കുമരുന്ന് ഇടപാടുകളുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് പച്ചയായ സത്യമാണ്.
Chief Minister Vijayan has said that the religious leader should not disrupt communal harmony.
നല്ല സ്വാധീന ശക്തിയുള്ള ഒരു ബിഷപ്പാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. ഇത്തരം കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ നാം ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ടത് ഏതെങ്കിലും തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു ചേരിതിരിവ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാതിരിക്കുക എന്നത് വളരെ പ്രധാനമാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ നാർക്കോട്ടിക് ജിഹാദ് ഇത് നമ്മൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് കേൾക്കുകയാണെന്നാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്.
The bishop's comments triggered protests from Muslim groups who've demanded an apology from the church.
ഉന്നത പദവിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന ആളുകൾ നടത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള ഇത്തരം പ്രസ്താവനകൾ അത് സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാരും വളരെ ഗൗരവത്തോടെ കാണണം. കാരണം രണ്ട് സമുദായങ്ങളെ അനാവശ്യമായി സ്പർദ്ധയിലേക്കും അകൽച്ചയിലേക്കും വലിച്ചിഴക്കാൻ ഉത്തരവാദപ്പെട്ട ആളുകൾ ശ്രമിക്കാൻ പാടില്ലായിരുന്നു.
Pala Bishop Joseph Kalarangat's statement has not gone down well with several sections in Kerala. Especially the Muslim community has raised concern and have also questioned the bishop as to what kind of evidence he has to make such a statement which was communal in tone. Meanwhile, we're seeing that the BJP leader K. Surendran has come in favor of the Pala bishop and is in fact...
so this is because I just wanted to play some of and then because it has to be condemned, because we should not equate religion. See how we are dividing the society. Such a serious issue. Narayana Garu will explain it to us. I will play another this should not become a political rhetoric, and this should not divide communities. And criminal is a criminal. This is a big crime. Drug is just affecting the society. That is why Narayana Garu has been commenting since a long time. They have just started it here, but he is just very concerned. How can we allow this society to be influenced by such unconscious habits? And I will play some from Telangana also.
లేదని తేల్చినప్పుడు కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వ రంగ విచారణ సంస్థలు మేము విచారణ చేస్తామన్నప్పుడు ఇది డ్రగ్స్ అనేవి మన దేశంలో ఉత్పత్తి కావు, పక్క రాష్ట్రంలో ఉత్పత్తి కావు, ఇతర దేశాలలో ఉత్పత్తి అయిన హెరాయిన్ కావచ్చు, కొకైన్ కావచ్చు, రకరకాల మాదక ద్రవ్యాలు ఈ దేశానికి రవాణా జరుగుతున్నాయి. ఇతర దేశాలకు మన దేశానికి మన రాష్ట్రానికి రాష్ట్రాల మధ్యలో వివిధ రాష్ట్రాల మధ్యలో లావాదేవీలు జరుగుతున్నాయి, వివిధ దేశాల మధ్యలో లావాదేవీలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వ విచారణ అధికారులకు పరిధి లేదు ఇతర దేశాలకి వెళ్ళి విచారణ చేయడానికి. అందుకే మేము ప్రజా ప్రయోజన వ్యాజ్యం హైకోర్టులో వేసి వివిధ దేశాలలో కదులుతున్న మొత్తం వ్యవహారాన్ని అంతా కూడా పూర్తి స్థాయిలో విచారణ జరిపి చర్యలు తీసుకోవాలి. అప్పుడే దీన్ని బారిన మన పిల్లలు పడకుంటూ ఉంటారని చెప్పి కోర్టులో కేసు వేయడం జరిగింది. కోర్టు స్పష్టంగా రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వానికి పదే పదే అవకాశం ఇచ్చి 4 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి మీ యొక్క వైఖరిని చెప్పండి అంటే చివరాఖరికి మేము ఎవరికి అవకాశం ఇవ్వం, మేము విచారణ చేసినాం, మేము క్లోజ్ చేసినామని వివరాలను బయట పెట్టకుండా దాచిపెడుతున్నారు. ఇవాళ ఈడీ అఫిడవిట్ ఫైల్ చేసింది. తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం విచారణ చేయడానికి మాకు సహకరించడం లేదు, అయినా మేము విచారణ చేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నాము అని చెప్పి కేసు నమోదు చేసి ఈరోజు ఆరోపణలు ఎదుర్కొంటున్న వాళ్ళకి నోటీసులు ఇచ్చిండ్రు. ఆ ఆరోపణలు ఎదుర్కొంటున్న వాళ్ళకి నోటీసులు ఇవ్వడానికి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఆధారాలు ఉన్నాయా లేవా, అవి భవిష్యత్తులో ఏం జరుగుద్ది, దీంట్లో ఆర్థిక లావాదేవీలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఏ రకంగా జరిగినాయి, హవాలా ద్వారా జరిగిందా, బ్యాంకు ఖాతాల ద్వారా జరిగిందా, పక్క రాష్ట్రానికి నగదు బదిలీ అయిందా, పక్క దేశాలకు నగదు బదిలీ అయిందా, ఇవన్నీ ఎవరు విచారణ చేయాలి? ఎందుకు ప్రభుత్వంలో ఉన్న పెద్దలు భయపడుతున్నారు? ప్రభుత్వానికి వచ్చిన ఇబ్బంది ఏంది? దీని మీద ఈడీ, సిబిఐ, నార్కటిక్ డ్రగ్స్ సంబంధించిన సంస్థలు విచారణ చేస్తే రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంలో ఉన్న పెద్దలకు ఉన్న ఇబ్బంది ఏందని నేను అడుగుతున్నా. నేను సింపుల్ క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతున్నా. మన రాష్ట్రాన్ని పట్టి పీడిస్తున్న మాదక ద్రవ్యాల సమస్యను పరిష్కరించడానికి, విచారణ చేయడానికి కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం పరిధిలో ఉన్న విచారణ సంస్థలు మేము విచారణ చేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నామని సిబిఐ, ఈడీ, నార్కటిక్ డ్రగ్స్ సంబంధించిన సంస్థలు ముందుకు వస్తే ఎందుకు రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం తిరస్కరిస్తుందో తెలంగాణ సమాజానికి సమాధానం చెప్పమన్నారు. నేను ఎవరి మీద ఎలాంటి ఆరోపణ చేస్తలేను.
కేటీఆర్ పాత్ర ఉండడం వల్లనే విచారణకు సహకరించట్లేదని మీరు భావిస్తున్నారా?
కేటీఆర్ పాత్ర ఉందా, రకుల్ ప్రీత్ పాత్ర ఉందా, ఇంకొకరి పాత్ర ఉందా? నేను ఎవరి మీద ఆరోపణ చేస్తలేను. అది విచారణ తేలాల్సింది. నేను విచారణ అధికారిని కాదు. వాళ్ళు కేటీఆర్ అత్యంత సన్నిహితుల, సహచరుల అని కూడా నేను ఆరోపణ చేస్తలేను. ఎవరైతే ఇందులో పాత్రదారులు ఉండో, సూత్రధారులు ఉండో వాళ్ళ మీద చర్యలు తీసుకోవాలని డిమాండ్ చేస్తున్నా. అంతే. నేను రకుల్ ప్రీత్ సినిమాలలో యాక్ట్రెస్ గారు, ఒక ప్రముఖ నటి, ఇతరులకు వచ్చిన ఇబ్బంది అయితే ఇవాళ నోటీసులు ఇచ్చిండ్రు. ఈయన మంత్రి, ఆమె నటి. మీరెందుకు అట్లా అన్ని కనెక్షన్స్ అటు ఇటు పెడుతున్నారు?
సో
రఘు కూడా అభిమానేనా? అభిమానే రఘు.
And we are just trying to rush through some images across India. This is not just pertaining to Kerala or Telangana. Across India, there have been these issues. That's why I'm just trying to flash right from Puri Jagannath. Everyone is attending now. This famous director, Rakul Preet, actress and all. 2nd, 9th this September, they were attending the not only that, across India. It started in Mumbai. I just wanted to show you certain, because it started in Mumbai and then it went on and on, and I just will go through just these are the, you can go through all these sites, how many have been arrested, how this case has been going ahead. Just rushing through. This is the images all for you. All native images, nothing to do with anything. Till proved no one is guilty. Neram nirupana ayye varaku evaru kuda doshulu garu. This has to be borne in mind. I'm just trying to rush through, and there was The first earlier issue in Telangana started with schools. I don't want to name the schools, that is why I am trying to keep them. But it started with schools, some schools. That is also there. All these are all in the media. Online you can check everything because the show runs purely on the basis of evidences. Now we'll go to our guest of the day. Sir, how do you look at this scenario in India, across India?
This is the this is a social evil. This is a social evil, and you cannot claim that is a supplied by one caste, one religion, one reason like that. This is a international, nationally, it is a crime. And I want to quote our Prime Minister. So when the Prime Minister demonstration of black money, his attack on the surgical strike and black money, he told 3 items, 3 points. One point is terrorism can be curbed because they are using black money for terrorists, and terrorists are doing some anarchy. So I wanted to curb the terrorist activity. Second, drug mafia. This drug mafia is very dangerous to the society. That should be curbed. And that is the money flowing like a water in the elections. So that should be curbed. So if these 3 items announced by the Prime Minister and the surgical attack on black money. But what happened? Even 3 points. 1 point is achieved. Elections, they're spending money more and more. Everybody can observe it. And drug mafia and also the terrorist actors are not curbed. See, drug mafia, 2 years back, the Telangana government, they proclaimed the seat and they but the statement and the state government is not ready to announce it. After 2-3 years, now latest of ED took up this case and is seriously investigating. That is affected students, teachers, schools, and also Cine field. Cine field, there are popular actors. They are working in the cultural activities. If they wanted to expose, the publicity will come. So this ED, the enforcement department, senselessly sensating the issue. They can inquire, but every day they are giving sensational news. Then ultimately what will be happen? That report will be cut. Why? Because all ruling party and opposing parties also involved in this business. That's the main problem. That's why no report is not announcing any government. Now, I wanted to bring in this notice. If drugs are coming, they're using those weaknesses are there. They have fraud a human being. So if chance allowed, they will be spoiled. Then who is consuming, who is transporting, and who is producing? Who is without the production of the drugs, they can't come here. So first of all, I wanted to know who is the culprit, who is doing this, producing the drugs. There, nobody is talking because the top level, top criminal and top involvement is linking with the top governments, either the state government and the central government. That's why they don't want to go with the fundamental of that issue. They want to beat around the bush. That's policy they are doing it. You know, every day they are doing. But my demand is, what happened promised, and all black money and white money, black money up. BJP also got their own share, nearly 2,50,000 rupees as a party fund. They acquired it. So they got their own share, and all black money becomes white money. So the first culprit is our Prime Minister, and he announced and he failed. And then producing all these social evil activities, and they are unable to curb it. Why not they Central government is such a powerful, and they got such administration officers. They are dealing with the international also. Now our effective person is in the Afghanistan and is meeting with the Russian government and American government. Such an efficient is there. And why not we catch the culprit? That is my main point. That means the link and weaknesses are lies with the top leaders of this country. That's why they are unable to find out, and they don't want to find the fundamental issues. Unnecessarily, they are taking this every day publicity. That will be satisfied. Only publicity will satisfy. Suppose those who are working in the cultural field, they put in the problem because they are popular heroes and heroines, and their problem is unpopular like that. We should not insult the culturalist. At the same time, we have to find out the sources and cut down on this.
But Narayana Garu, don't you think a state like Kerala, last year we have seen even a politician's son being involved in Bengaluru, even Mr. Yechuru had to come out with a statement. And again connecting it to the drugs, I mean gold smuggling to drug to actors and politicians. Now it has gone to even common man. How do you look at this scenario? A learned state like that. Last year it was political connection. Now we have seen Bishop also making a strong argument. Now some other churches also supporting him, the Pala Bishop. How do you look at this scenario? What is this happening? Because of lack of political understanding on such an evil issue.
No, what is the opinion of the bishop?
Bishop clearly says that in the name of love jihad, they are unable to coerce the Christian girls and boys. Now they have started drugging them and converting them. Converting them. And
purposefully, the bishop is misleading. And this should not be ultra motive of this religious and caste. That is nonsense. That argument we will not accept. Whatever the reason, religious, whatever the caste, whatever the regional, this whole being is whole being. The whole being should not be spoiled. So in that aspect, the bishop statement is not correct. We have to condemn it. At the same time, we have to see that the human loss and manpower's dangerous position. That we should see, not that caste and religious, that we don't accept.
Because last year also we have seen a politician's son involving in gold smuggling and then drugs, and even Mr. Yechuri had to come out with a statement.
Well, see, even our fellow or someone fellow who do all these activities, criminal activity, and immoral activity, we will not tolerate it. Even our own party people, so we don't tolerate it. Let's find out the inquiry, take action. We are not going to support the culprit, those who belongs to our parties.
Very well said, Narayana Garu. That is why we want, because you love to call spade a spade. Evil is a evil. And as you rightly said, the demonetization, 3 goals. One, as you rightly said, to curb terrorism, to curb drug menace and illegal money into electoral politics. And now there also drug menace is the very much highlighted. But in spite of that, don't you think central government was trying to come down heavily and trying to close down all the bank accounts of so many NGOs? Because of that, do you think it has come down, or you mean to say it is becoming more and more? Even the bishop has come out to say, state that, and you have seen the affairs in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh also.
No, central government, if there is sincerely applies this mind, that can be curbed. But the central government is taking select and heat. That is their policy. Those who belongs to them, and those who are supporting them, they will sideline. Those who are opposing, that voice they wanted to cut through this type of unethical things. So they are not sincere. If they are sincere, nothing will happen. All the things can get done. But sincerity you can find. The attack and black money. How much is the black money hand over? Nothing. All black money turns to white money. So without the involvement of central government like Amit Shah and Modi, they cannot convert black money into white money. That means that bad money will do always the bad things. That is the main. So that bad money comes to the white money now, and they are doing all these things. And this drugs and everything else, who is managing it? Those who got money, they are managing it. All these likes and dislikes, select and hit, that policy adopting the central government. That is why this problem is like this.
You mean to say select and hit, but you have seen the central government has been giving examples like Delhi, Maharashtra, and Kerala. Whenever ED or even West Bengal for that matter, central government agencies, when they are trying to investigate whether it is gold scam attached to drug scam, the state governments are not trying to allow such type of agencies to probe. They have to go invariably approach Supreme Court or High Court. Don't you think even this is also emboldening these people with ill-gotten money to do all these illegal things?
No. See, the investigation team, where they are going, wherever this government is opposing the central government, they wanted to actually move their states, not other states. You find out. So that is the political partiality. I am not opposing that investigation. Investigation must be sincere. Investigation should not be any ultra motivation. In that way, if central government moves, we will support. But not that. Yes, they want to talk, those who are opposing vehemently. That is the problem nowadays. They are ready to go to Kerala, they are ready to go to Bengal. They don't want to go to Uttar Pradesh, the Madhya Pradesh. Their crimes are very much. That UP, you cannot imagine the crime. Even ladies, they are butchered, tortured. There no any inquiry with that UP, where the BJP is ruling. Where BJP is not there, they are attacking actively. Is it the genuine and their part?
But all said and done, Allahabad High Court involved and made some decisive orders wherein it has allowed CBI in spite of state government. But same thing is happening in Kerala, and you find the same thing happening in Maharashtra also. High courts are intervening. Now you see Telangana case, High Court again had to allow ED, asking them from where did they source this money? Till High Courts involved, the state governments are not allowing. How do you look at this scenario in national perspective, I say? Because if you have to fight the evil, every state government.
Nowadays, the judiciary is acting properly. Nowadays, not previous.
Okay.
The judiciary involving actively and find out this mistakes and giving notice to central government, giving notice to state governments. Somewhat better nowadays, judiciary is moving actively. But the state and the central government should support them. Otherwise, it is not possible.
So state and central governments must support. Otherwise, it is not possible. Whether it is Kerala, whether it is Uttar Pradesh, whether it is Karnataka, Maharashtra, or Telangana, any state government also.
Wherever the state government is supporting that judiciary session, then the problem will come, irrespective of the parties.
Now let me come back to the drug. Don't you think that India has got strong traditions and customs? But how is that a small chunk of people with ill-gotten money trying to influence the society at large? And now you have seen Kerala Bishop, and you see Malabar and Telangana and Maharashtra, all celebrities. Now it was limited to celebrities, but now the common good of the society is getting disturbed. How do you look at this scenario? Can you just pull down your head, sir? Can you pull down your head? A bit.
See, one thing, this cultural wallahs got always some weakness. You should find out, you should see the humanitarian aspect. All culturalists, they will have some weaknesses. Keeping on that weakness, we wanted to blow with them. What about that criminal gang? 34 people are in central government ministry, the criminals. The criminals, 34 members in the central government cabinet. What do you say? And all the guys are there, the politicians. How about the Amit Shah? He killed 12 people and became a home minister. So when you are doing that, why should we expose this cultural on us always?
But till proved,
That's it.
he has come out unscathed. But unlike Kerala, now they are reeling under gold and drug scam. Your own Kerala state. How do you look at this scenario? Because still proved no one is guilty. Now he has come out unscathed. Amit Shah, he has been discharged from all this.
Yourself and Prime Minister Modi is concentrating on Kerala, it seems.
No. I see. Yesterday's statement by Pinarayi Vijayan, I am the first one to support because crime has no religion.
Yes,
Crime has no religion, no caste or no creed. We should not allow evil designs to disturb the society. Come whatever may.
Then you should appreciate.
I am appreciating that.
Then you should
No.
appreciate.
I am appreciating because the state executive has very clearly come forward and he stated we will investigate if something and he asked the evidences also because as in Telangana at least there is evidence. High Court is trying to provide something here also bishop and they should provide evidence. That's what I am trying to tell. Even Pinarayi Vijayan, he was very clear, very candid, and he said narcotic this thing. And if it is disturbing the society, he said he is there to take action, provide evidences. And he says crime has no religion. No, we appreciate it. We support that. But having said so, because you are taking the word of Amit Shah, even gold scam, still it is in the probe. High Court had to intervene to allow central agencies. But what I am trying to say is, whether it is CPM, BJP, Congress or for me, it doesn't matter as a journalist. I want the truth to prevail. Corruption, as per rule of law, constitution, invoking evidential act, that should be probed. That's what I am trying to put it across to you.
Yes. No, not only yourself, but myself also demand the same thing that this should be proved. Whether this left government, whether the Congress government, whether the BJP government, they should support and they should cooperate, and at the same time that should be proved unless it is proved, and one political allegation is not good.
Definitely. Now at least the Chief Justice has come down very strongly he has initiated there is a momentum across the country now. All political cases should be probed through a fast track court. Because still proved no one is guilty. But how long you have these cases hanging around your head? Don't you think even state government should support that? Because a state government in ruling will gain strength once you are out of corruption cases to control drug evils. Because now this drug evil is trying to divide the society in the name of communism again. Now how do you look at this scenario? That's what I am trying to say. It's a very bad state of affairs because I don't pursue. I don't agree to that.
Chief Minister also, like AP Chief Minister, surrounding the courts, but involving the criminal cases. So that is there. And my point is, the central government, they are allowing those who are supporting, they are allowing them free. How many months on bail? Is it justified that one person not attending the court for 3 years? Though bail is not implemented. So in that case, they are supporting like this here. And they wanted to expose Kerala government. They say ultra motivation of the ruling parties are there that we can support it.
You mean to say this political divide is trying to help this social evil like drugs case and these drug lords because there is no unanimity in the political...
See, first crime when the attacking on the black money, that all black money turned into white money, that's the main crime. From there, this coming, even drugs and this also, they will encourage, eyewash, and ultimately some innocent people will be booked. As a real culprit will not be booked.
Now, what is your message? Because it is a big evil because it is affecting right from students to celebrities.
That is a social evil. We should fight against the social evil. We should isolate those who are involved in the business like that and firm steps to find out the fundamental mistakes so that we can control. You can't control only those who are consuming, those who are selling. If the control that can't be controlled. That control must be the fundamentally, mainly those who are producing, that should be arrested. From there, we should start. Otherwise, you can't stop all this illegal business.
So at least from, because you are a national secretary of a CPI party, a national party, will you take a lead? Because my channel will be there with you. Shall we do something wherein we try to go to the root of the problem? Let us not have political affiliations.
Yes,
Let us save the society.
No. The October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, our National Council meeting is there in Delhi. But the National Council meeting we are going to take up the first time. National Council meeting, physical meeting we are conducting, not virtual meeting. This physical meeting, we should raise these issues and have a formula to go for agitation and mass activity to isolate this type of social events.
Wonderful. And what is your social message? As Narayana Garu, a humanist to the core, what would be your message to students, parents, schools, colleges, celebrities, or whoever it is who are getting addicted to this?
I request and I suggest the students and other people, even those who are working in cultural activities also, we should see that we should avoid all these unethical things and be perfect. Try to separate your body and try to separate your physical energy. Try to facilitate your mind thinking and be as a good citizen of this country.
Wonderful. You become a good citizen of this country. Avoid all these evils like drugs and all, because that will destroy yourself, your family,
Yes.
society, state, and country as a whole. You have seen what is happening in developing countries like America and all. Some cities, some wonderful cities, because of this heavy drugging, they are on the streets. Kindly understand, let us not get into this social evil. Whoever is trying to force you to get into this addiction, you can complain to the state government as well as central government. The numbers are also there, or simply dial 100 from wherever you are. That 100 is so common and so this thing, but don't fall a prey. And even a request from both of us to all parents, you have sympathy and empathy. Check why the child is getting into these habits, so that you can take precautionary measures, because not just one child, through him the entire class and school and the society will get affected, in your own relations also. So the reform should start at your place, at our homes. So at least parents should have vigil, school managements, college managements. At the same time, the celebrities, don't fall a prey. As a doctor, I am advising you, you should have your own natural energy. Get natural energy from sun, expose yourself to sun. Why the hell you should get into these type of artificial these things? We have lost another 40-year-old a good star also, doing heavy thing inside the gyms and all. So don't get into these habits. These are social evils that will destroy yourself, your family, society, state and country at large. Let us, even state governments and central governments should come down heavily on these people who are supplying drugs. As Narayana Garu clearly mentioned, those drug manufacturers, and not only that, drug trafficking, how it is happening, how it is crossing the barriers of our borders and entering into our country from state to state. Not only state to state, within state to schools, colleges, how celebrities are trying to lay hand on that. Is it not the failure of our governance? So kindly, at least now, let me request all the political parties, put your hands together to see that this social evil, drug, we will overcome this drug menace once for all, so that we will have a good society, a thinkable society, and our Constitution has given every right to every citizen so that they can happily prosper with a healthy life. Thank you, sir. Take care. For all those,
Thank you so much.
for all those in
Thank you,
India,
sir.
Sukha Nidra, Shubharatri. For all those across the globe, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Bye, sir. Tomorrow, watch the live retelecast on Citizens Dr. TSPR channel at 11 a.m. This will be retelecasted. So support Dr. TSPR channel, Citizens Dr. TSPR channel, and Environment People Dr. TSPR channel. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Okay.